set from being contaminated, okay? So I already set my pressures at 100. I click my 100% oxygen here, okay? I'm hyperoxygenating my patient. This would be, of course, connected.
So you're setting that at 100 too?
Yes, 100 millimeters of mercury, because it's 1 to 120, right? Unless I need more, then I'll do more pressure. So what I'm going to do, I don't have to have a sterile field. These are just regular gloves, okay? I'm gonna connect it. I am going to unlock it.
And that's
okay?
because it's inline, right?
It's because it's inline. It's
Inline.
already sterile.
It's already sterile, okay.
Okay? And this is how I grab mine, okay? So I grab it like this to stabilize it, and then I advance until I meet resistance, okay? Once I meet resistance, I pull back 1 centimeter, and now I apply suction.
Your suction.
Okay?
I think that's so fast.
So that's one.
This is inline?
I'm
Inline,
hyperoxygenating the
Which one's
patient,
For 30
okay?
seconds to a
For
minute.
30 seconds
Well, those
to a
are
minute.
open.
If I need to go down there one more time,
And it's
I'm
sterile.
going to put this back here, okay? To stabilize the tubing, so I don't pull on it or push it or do anything like that. I'm going to advance my suction catheter till I meet resistance, pull back 1 centimeter, and then apply suction.
Okay. I have a
Okay.
question.
What
You
is
said
your
this
left
means
hand
something.
doing?
It's
Yeah,
stabilizing
this
the
means that you
endotracheal tube.
You shouldn't leave it
She's holding
all
it.
the way out. Like if you leave it all the way out, this is gonna become inflated and it's gonna create like a little leak. So you wanna leave it, when you leave your patient, you wanna make sure that you leave this suction catheter in this window right
Here,
here.
record
it
that
doesn't
window.
create an obstruction. I want you to look at the windows. So you see how here the patient's receiving the oxygen from here? You don't wanna obstruct it like that. You wanna leave it out. You wanna leave this
But you a drone at that point.
out of here.
Okay, I see it.
Have to flush this line if the patient has thick secretion. So how do I flush it? Okay, you're gonna remove the air. You're gonna put it in here, okay? And you're going to align this Murphy eye of the suction to the saline, and you're going to advance the saline as you suction so that it doesn't go inside of your
Oh, and
patient.
drown them.
So as you're pushing in water, you're sucking the water from the line.
Are you just filling that up to the top, like filling it all?
These
the way up?
already come filled up.
They're
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
pre-filled?
so you would,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
you would just
okay.
grab one, you would connect it,
So
and
when
then
you
you would
press-
advance and suction at the same time.
When you press that button, it's sucking?
It's sucking,
When you-
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
So then, what you do is that you're going to pull out the little bit of water that stays here,
What if
so
you
that
forget
it
to
doesn't
push
stay
the
in your
button?
patient.
It's not, it's,
You're
you're
going
gonna
to
put water
close
down
this,
there.
I'm sorry, don't worry about it.
You're gonna put water
close
directly
it.
into their lungs.
And then with the babies, sometimes because they have such little secretions, we may have to tap this a little bit to make sure that the secretions run out. Okay, what I do next, I lock it, I put the little connector here, I leave it on my patient, and the rest of the saline that I had left, I connect it here, and I push it in so that this is nice and clean.
Oh, so they don't have like goop and stuff
Mhm.
inside there.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that way it doesn't create bacteria, because the secretions that stay here create bacteria.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
And I don't know if in your checkup you should have suctioned the mouth, but you should have suctioned also the mouth with a yonker
With the yonker?
Mhm.
Okay.
to remove the secretions from above
The upper airways.
the airways. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Everybody feels good. You grab your pressures, hyperoxygenate your patient, connect your device, you unlock it. Okay. You stabilize the ET tube to make sure that you're not moving it around. You advance it until you meet resistance. Pull back 1 centimeter, and now you go ahead and apply your pressure. Okay. And then you do that until it's indicated.
Are we gonna need to flush as well?
Continue hyperoxygenating
I don't think so. She didn't say that.
You just flush
She was just
what
teaching us
after
that.
you're
Oh.
totally finished.
after I was completely.
Completely finished, okay.
Sometimes I may have to do it before, but usually no. Some people instill saline down the airway. That is not safety practices, but there are going to be instances in which you might have to do it. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. But if they ask you, the answer is no. You do not instill saline down the airway, because the thought behind that is that when I instill saline down the airway, like I actually purposely push it so that it goes down the tube instead of the patient. Some people, their thought process behind that is that it loosens up the secretions. That way, when I go down, okay, this has always have to be.
Won't they choke?
When I have to go down, when I go down, the patient is gonna I'm gonna be able to bring out more secretions, but sometimes the patients don't tolerate that. And you're washing out the bacteria from the upper airways that the
Further
Cindy already
down.
brought up.
Mhm.
You're gonna
So push it back
push
down.
Back down
to the
further.
lower airways.
Oh,
So that's
that cause pneumonia and all that
Exactly.
stuff.
So
Um,
you disconnect.
Do we have to
disconnect this.
hyperoxygenate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you still
You
have to
gotta
have
make
oxygen.
sure
That's
that
why we put it at 100.
That's why you put it at
100.
100.
That
Yeah.
You always
Keep your-
supposed to, you going in, so
you
you
wanna
taking
keep
away
your
from them.
circuits
Before-
out of the way.
before we start.
Okay, you don't wanna leave the circuit here where it's in everybody's way. You wanna put the circuit out of the way where the patient can grab it, okay? You're gonna lock this and we put the little blue cap, okay?
Now, are sometimes the
And leave that on
patients,
the patient's chest.
are they restrained sometimes when they're
Yes.
on a mechanical vent?
Yeah, they will be.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are we
I feel so
gonna
much
do-
better.
That's all